Hello everyone, it's Trish here from Handmade by Trish. Welcome back to my channel. I'm really sorry it's been a while since I last posted a tutorial, but hopefully I'll be a little bit more regular. So today I wanted to do a quick video tutorial for you on this cute little Christmas card come gift card holder. When you open it up, I've actually got my library card in there at the moment because I haven't got a gift card. But it just slots inside the card, but when you're displaying it at Christmas, it just stands up nicely on its own. And of course you could put a gift card or money or any little thing that you want to in that pocket. So I'm just going to go through, I've already cut out the bits. You'll see in the description below all the measurements. I will put the measurements in both metric and imperial, but through the tutorial I'll talk about the metric ones, but the imperial measurements will be in the description when I post this online. So this is the card that we're making. I've already got the bits ready. It's really very simple and very quick to put together. So firstly, I'm going to just grab out my paper trimmer because it's also my scorer. And I've cut a piece of A4 cardstock in half. This side is 14.85 centimetres. And then I'm going to score the long side at 10.5 centimetres. And that will give me my standard card base, which is that. But what we're going to do now is on one side or the other, it doesn't matter which side, I'm just going to score at 1.5 inches. So that's about 3.8 centimetres. And I'm just going to put another score line in here. So that's all I need the scorer for. So now, if I fold this over, this is what's going to create our flap. So this cardstock is Bermuda Bay. I'm just going to grab my bone folder and just burnish the edges so that it sits nice and flat, and just also on the fold. Now I've already prepared all the other bits of cardstock that I need. So we've got two pieces of basic white. These are 6 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. Excuse me. And they're going to go, one is going to go inside the flap here, and the other one is going to go quite near the centre fold. It's going to have an equal border around the top, the bottom, and the left side. So that's going to sit like that. Then we've got the DSP that I'm using today, Designer Series paper, is one called, what's it called? It's called Storybook Gnomes, and there's some gorgeous papers in here. The one I've chosen is the one with the trees, but the snowflakes would be beautiful if you were making this somewhere that's cold for Christmas. Because New Zealand, it's the middle of summer for Christmas, I wanted something a bit more summery. But there's some gorgeous papers that you could use in this pack. Even the mushrooms are really gorgeous. And you know, it doesn't have to be for Christmas, does it? You can always give gift cards and cash and stuff for birthdays. But this is gorgeous Designer Series paper and part of the Gnomes suite of products. So that's where I've got the beautiful tree paper from. So I just laid this out so you can see how it's going to work. So one bit of Designer Series paper is going to go in there, and then on this side we're going to have a strip of Designer Series paper down there and one down there. So you can see how quick and easy this card is to assemble. So I'm just going to open all the sections out so that I can stick them down. I've got some tear and tape here, although I've got very little left. And the rest of the stock I do have isn't here with me at home. So I might end up running out and I might have to use an alternative one. But tear and tape is nice and quick. So this is a very quick card to put together. Oh look, see, I've already run out. Okay. So I do have some, I don't know what this is, but that will do for now. Just grab my tweezers. So when you're putting this panel in, this is the panel that you're going to write on inside the card. So you want it to be quite near the center fold, but you just want an equal margin from the top, the bottom, and the left side. Don't worry about the right side, because we're going to have designer series paper on the right side. So that's just stuck down there. And then let's put some double-sided tape. I don't know if this one will tear. Oh, not as well. I should use scissors really, shouldn't I? I don't like to use my good paper snip, so I've just got some cheapo scissors. And let's take the backing off that. And then this will fit in this panel that we've scored, once again giving you an equal border all the way around. Okay, so there are our two white panels on the inside. So now on the front cover, when I do the front of the card, you want to make sure you use the two pieces of paper. So you can see, if you've got a patterned paper, you can see this should be next to that. So that to me is that piece. The big piece is going to go there, and that piece that joins it, you're going to want to be on the front. So the other piece of designer series paper that you've got that doesn't match that is the one that's going to go on the inside. So if I open this out, we can stick these ones down, and then I can stick the inside one down. It's I always hate putting sticky tape down on such pretty paper. The little foxes and reindeers, it seems a shame. Even the little bird is cute. But ho hum, it's the trees for this card. Okay, and that we're just going to put on the front, so it's between the score lines, and just like on the inside, you're just going to have an equal border all the way around. And then this is the piece that's not the piece that marries up to that. No, we don't need that one to marry up to that. That's right, because that's going to be on the inside. Let's put another bit of tape down this side. You of course can use any adhesive you've got. You can use liquid glue. I tend not to like to use liquid glue for big panels, because it does, if you use a bit too much, it does buckle the paper when it dries. So I do like to use a double-sided tape of some description. The tear and tape is really good, but unfortunately I don't have the rest of the stock of it here at home, so it will just have to be this tape for now. So that's going to tuck inside. These ones are the ones that are going to match, so I'll just pop some double-sided tape on this side. It's a bit scary, isn't it, how quickly Christmas is coming. So it's time I got a wriggle on and made a few of these. I have made a few actually. I might see if I can find them later and show you some other ones I've done with some other designer series paper. I did a very bright one, which I really like. So this one, this time I'm going to make the equal sides to the right side and just ignore the middle for the moment. So you want equal top, bottom and right side. And then when that sticks down, that kind of marries up to that. Right, so when we open it up now, we're going to use, you really need to use a really good adhesive for this inside bit, because this will be under stress when you've got anything inside it. So I'm using here the Stampin' Seal Plus. And we're just going to go from the fold to the end on both the top and the bottom, and then this is what's going to form our pocket. So quite near the top and bottom to give you the maximum width of the window. So we'll just stick that down. And there's the basis of our card. So you can see how quickly that came together, really, really quick. So then the next thing that we're going to do is tie a bow. Now on the sample card, I love this ribbon. It's in the current catalogue. It's Pool Party, I think is the colour. And I just love it. But I used the last of it. I will order some more, but in the meantime, for the purposes of the video, I've just chosen a light. I really like these light sheer ribbons, but any ribbon of your choice is good. You want about 60 centimeters or 24 inches of ribbon, and I tied it so that it's on this side of the flap here, so that the flap will kind of stop it from sliding off your card. So I'm just going to tie a nice big bow nearish the top, but on the front of the card. Probably not the perfect colour, but this is the soft sea foam sheer ribbon, which is also lovely. I like the sheer ribbons because they tie such a pretty bow. They're easy to tie. Oops. Oh, because I'm on camera, it's turning to custard. Let's try that again. See, it's such pretty ribbon. And it ties such a pretty bow. Okay. I just might make the loops a little bit smaller. Okay. So you can tidy up the ribbon ends now or later. I might as well just cut them now. There we go. So once you've tied the bow, just make sure in the inside, like I say, that it's on this side of the flap, so that it doesn't, the flap will actually stop it from sliding off, and you can get your gift card or anything easily to tuck into there. Okay, so that's the front of the card. I've already pre-cut the trees. So the trees and the sentiment have come from the Spruced Up bundle. So we've got the Spruced Up stamp set, and then in here we've got the matching dies, and I love these dies because each of these, the ornaments, the star, the trees, they not only give you a solid inside piece, they also give you a outlined piece, which is lovely. So what I've used here is I've used the large tree and the small tree of that, and you'll see when I take them off here that one just slips out, so you've got both the outline and the small one. So the cardstock I've used here is the brushed metallic card from Stampin Up, and this is lovely. It comes in 3 different metallic shades. It's called, brushed metallic cardstock. It's 12 by 12 sheets, so you get lovely big sheets, and they're really lovely shades of gold and sort of bronzy colours, so they're really nice. So I've pre-cut these already. So let's just bring the card back in. So on the big solid trees, I've used Stampin' Dimensionals, and on the thin outlined ones, I've just used the Tombow glue. So if we take our big tree first and just pop a couple of dimensionals on here. So I'm going to put it more towards this edge here, so that it's sticking to the cardstock and not the ribbon. It will hold the ribbon down, but it won't stick as well to the ribbon as to the card, so I want it to be nice and firm. So we'll just take these backings off the dimensionals, and I put it quite high up into the bow, and just pop that. Whoops, I put it a little bit crooked. There we go, just pop that down there. Then using the big die cut tree, I'm only going to put glue. I'm going to layer it here like this. I'm only going to put glue on this edge here because this is, I don't need these bits to adhere down because my small tree will hold those down. So I just want to put a bit of glue on where it's going to attach to the other tree. So you just need a very fine amount of glue because you don't want it oozing out. It will dry clear, but it will show up, it will smudge on that metallic cardstock. So I'm just going to pop that. And I've only glued there, so I only need to worry about pressing down there. And when we put our little tree on here, the dimensionals that we put on the back of this will hold down the other side of the outline tree. So we just pop a couple of dimensionals onto this one. Just pop that there, and then last of all, we're just going to put a little bit of glue on all the edges. Like I say, it just needs to be a little bit. You can probably hardly see it on the video. Even I can hardly see it, but there is glue there. And with this one, I actually just popped this one so that it peeks out, and we'll just put it so it's on the base of the card, the back bit. So when you close it, it all looks together, but when you open it, you've got that one tree there. I'll just pop that down. And then the last thing we need to do is the sentiment. Now the sentiment, I used a small piece of Bermuda Bay. This is 1.5 centimeters by, I think, 6.8 centimeters. So using our embossing buddy, we're just going to wipe that across the cardstock. Then using the Versamark ink, I've already mounted my sentiment stamp. It says, may it be yours this holiday season. And then I'm just going to use the Versamark ink and stamp that directly onto my sentiment strip. Like that. Then I'll just get my embossing stuff. Let's move the ones I don't need out of the way. I might just give it a quick brush and make sure there's no wrong colour or anything. Right, okay, so where did I put the strip? Here it is here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, and I don't know how well the holiday stamped, but let's give it a go. There's always two sides to every piece of paper, so if one side hasn't come out all right, I can just turn it over and use the other side. So I'm using white embossing powder. Just sprinkle that over the sentiment. And that looks pretty good to me. So let's move the powder out the way for the moment. I just pop the lid on that for the moment. And get my heat gun. Heat it up a little bit first. It hadn't looked like the holiday had stamped very well at all, but it's certainly holding enough embossing powder, so it will come out fine when it's heated. Have a close-up look, make sure that that is embossed properly. Not great lighting in here. Yep, that looks pretty good to me. Okay. So once again, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to adhere this onto here, but I am going to have a little bit hanging over, so you don't want the dimensionals right on the end. You're going to look at roughly where you want it. So my furthest dimensional is going to be about here. And where did I put them? There they are. So we'll put that one about there, and then that one on the end. Okay, and then we'll place that around about there. So how easy was that card? Really easy, and I think really effective. So let me just grab my library card, and that's where you would put your gift card. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. As I said, the measurements are in the description below, and a link to my website should you want to purchase any of the products. If you check out my Facebook page, I always have the most current hostess code on there, and if you use the hostess code, then you will get a discount from me if you shop here in New Zealand. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope to see you again soon. Many thanks. Bye. I'm just popping back very quickly. I finished the video and then realised I hadn't shown you the other variations of this card that I have made earlier. So this is the one that we did tonight, or today when you're watching this. And here was one I did with the new in colours for 2022-24. So it's Tahitian Tide, I believe, the blue, Starry Sky, and whatever the bright green one is. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But I just love the colours of this, and that sort of metallic ribbon gave it a bit of bling. And then this was some old designer series paper that I used from the previous in colours, which is still available. The soft succulent, and I used the shimmer paper and did a wash with the Poppy Parade ink to get the red trees. But yes, that's the other versions of the card that I had made and wanted to show you. Many thanks. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, click on the subscription, and if you ring the bell, you'll be notified next time I go live. Thanks. Bye.